Living Well, a reflection for the 18th Sunday in Ordinary Time. This Sunday's first reading from the book of Ecclesiastes begins, "Vanity of vanities, says Koheleth. Vanity of vanities, all things are vanity." In this case, vanity does not refer to excessive mirror gazing or undue pride in one's appearance. It means in vain, as in futile or useless. The Hebrew word hebel, translated here as vanity, also means vapor, implying an insubstantial or fleeting quality. This little verse launches a poem, not included in today's reading, that rants on for 10 verses, describing the rhythm of life not as a graceful ebb and flow, but as an unrelenting grind. The same verse appears again at the end of the book, framing all the hard wisdom in between. In today's reading, the opening verse introduces the following example. Here is one who has labored with wisdom and knowledge and skill, and yet to another who has not labored over it, he must leave his property. In the time and culture that brought us Ecclesiastes, property would have been left to the eldest son, and in the absence of a son, to the nearest male relative. These arrangements, known in advance, would have resulted in the heir being brought into the business during the lifetime of the property owner. In this specific situation, something has gone wrong. This man must leave his property to one who has not labored alongside him. The welfare of any remaining family members, widow, daughters, would also be in jeopardy. Today's responsorial psalm echoes the existential angst of the first reading. 2 verses stand out. The first, "Teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain wisdom of heart," speaks of getting our priorities straight, that is, in alignment with God's will for us. The second, "Prosper the work of our hands," acknowledges that only God can give substance to fleeting human experience. Life is short. Live well. Of course, living well means different things to different people. The rich man in today's gospel builds bigger barns to store up his treasure and secure a comfortable retirement. He never gets to enjoy it. Jesus promotes a different brand of wealth, being rich in what matters to God. How much richer might the man have become if he had shared his wealth, improved the lot of his neighbors, and strengthened the life of his community? St. Paul has this alternative vision of wealth in mind as he exhorts the Colossians to seek what is above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Not surprisingly, the greed that is idolatry appears in his list of earthly vices to avoid. The new self, born in baptism, must continually seek renewal in the image of its Creator, with the generosity of God, who loves and blesses all, as the example to follow.